Before we get started, let's get a hip hip hooray! We are celebrating because this island actually has a full date, unlike Sharktooth Island and early Poptropica Island, which I covered in my last two videos, linked in the description. Also, this video has to be 3 parts. It just has to. I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to on each video. This video will mostly focus on the AS2 version of the island from Main Street up to the Mali Empire. In my last video of this series, part 3 will mostly focus on the AS3 version and everything after Lewis and Clark, including the future. On my middle video, part 2 will just be a mixture. Now, on to the first video. Welcome to part 1. On April 15th, 2008, an island was released. A mixed up one, with hoverboards, Thomas Edison's voice, creepy porcupines, more ancient empires than your middle school history textbook, and so much more. What else could it be but Poptropica's Time Tangled Island? Whereas a malfunctioning time machine has messed up history, it's your job to go back in time and set things right in this online virtual world. Because if you don't, who knows what the future will hold. Number 1. Shout out to that Roman soldier from my Sharktooth Island video. I think that they are probably a Greek guy though. I mean, they have the same exact uniform as the ancient Greeks on the island, and this was the only thing I found which said they were Roman. Although, no shade to the Poptropica wiki, they're incredible. Anyway, this soldier hangs out on top of a building in this island and said they were from Time Twisted Island. Turns out this is one of the original names for Time Tangled Island. Yet another twist, according to the Poptropica wiki, in a video that was recorded in 2007 and reposted by a YouTuber called IDK's Poptropica videos, Time Tangled Island's original name was actually Time Travel Island. Number 2. FactMonster from my first video used to have links posted throughout Time Tangled Island as a once loyal sponsor to Poptropica. FactMonster.com is still up and thriving, just as I hope Poptropica will be once again one day. These links still function but are only accessible in the AS2 version of the game on Flashpoint, which covers every island up to one of my favorites, Backlot Island. Don't worry though, AS3 has all of the updated versions of the island and every single island in its most recent version. Number 3. When you enter the island and click on the newspaper kiosk, you will see that a man named Professor Pendulum is on vacation in Sharktooth Island, the focus on my last video. While the professor does not make an in-game appearance on Time Tangled Island, you can hop in your blimp and visit him on Sharktooth, but in the interest of this video, swing by Pendulum's lab, which appears to be named after him. Number 4. On that note, or should I say swing, a pendulum is a weight hung from a stable location that allows it to swing backward and forward. Pendulums are best known for working inside of clocks. It is interesting that the word pendulum serves as the professor's last name because he invented a machine that defies the boundaries of clocks by allowing the player to time travel. Furthermore, the professor appears to have a habit of swinging between islands, as he is the first Poptropican to appear in multiple islands and one of few to do so between islands that are not related to each other as succeeding parts. Number 5. With this, I'm sure you would not be surprised to find out that Time Tangled relies on the symbolism of clocks. They are everywhere, even in the common room named Party Time Tower, which features a clock on the inside and a clock on the outside. It also appears to have birthday cakes, which celebrate the passage of time because they commemorate somebody completing a year of their life. Also, the wallpaper of the tower features stars, which were used by ancient societies to tell time. Additionally, the time travel device your player receives from their future self is a stopwatch, another kind of clock that normally features numbers where the different Poptropican heads are placed. Number 6. Another first, Time Tangled Island is the first to present another version of your character to you. In this case, you are older and sad, but if you solve the island, you will become older and happy. What a world. Number 7. In ancient Greece, the people are relatively friendly. Even the guards are. Unlike those who belong to a certain empire in-game that starts with an A and ends with ZTEC, but in between the treasury and the oracle's temple, there is a man with a laurel crown on his head who proclaims that, quote, courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others, end quote. This may seem random coming from most contexts, but this quote was from Aristotle, an ancient Greek philosopher, which means that this guy is likely Aristotle. Also, the pocket watch says that you were in Delphi in 328 BC. There is a bit of a discrepancy here, as many historical records say that Aristotle was actually 111 miles away in Athens, most likely running his own school of philosophy called the Lyceum. It is philosophically possible, though, that he came to Poptropica on his off day just to teach you. Anyway, the quote that Aristotle uses on this island also happens to be quite relevant. It takes a lot of courage to time travel between different time periods, risking injury from pet snakes, blowing a cave up, flying, and not to mention climbing the tallest mountain in the world to save the future of mankind. Number 8. As this Viking says, the amulet you retrieve for the Vikings depicts Thor's hammer. Its name in Old Norse is Mjolnir. That is M-J-O with an umlaut, L-L-N-I-R. Thor was a god in Norse mythology who controlled the weather. We unfortunately do not witness his powers as it is always raining on the Vikings portion of the island and they never get on the boat. Number 9. In the marvelous Mali Empire, if you can get past those snakes, which I will rant about later, you will be tasked with assembling a puzzle of a man the owner describes as the Great King Mansa Musa. However, this is not any old document nor any old king. This picture is from a priceless medieval map called the Catalan Atlas. It was made for the Spanish royal court in the 1370s, while this part of the island takes place in 1387 AD, which is historically accurate but may mean that this guy might have sticky fingers and some royal connections, or perhaps a royal connection with sticky fingers. Furthermore, this picture of Mansa Musa is one of the only known painted portraits of ancient African royalty in the world. As for the subject, many historians agree that Mansa Musa was the richest man to live. 63 years before the year you visit the Mali Empire, Mansa Musa took a trip across Africa to Asia. He spent so much money on that trip that he destroyed the economy of several countries. These countries relied on the Mali Empire, which you visit, to stabilize their economy. Luckily, you arrive a few decades after the drama, just in time to start more with this guy right here who so casually says, "Watch out for my pet snakes." Oh, you mean the ones outside that are biting everybody? People really have been inconsiderate since the dawn of time, or in this case, at least since 1387 AD. As I said in the beginning, we are not done time traveling yet, and please stay tuned for part 2. Also, if you stayed this long, please tell me in the comment section what is or was your favorite place you time traveled to on this island. No major spoilers for the new players though. See you in the future.